much wiser person than I to answer that question. And so we are joined tonight by Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff of California. He's chairman of the House Intelligence Committee and was the lead House manager in the first Senate impeachment trial of Donald Trump. Chairman Schiff, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. And I really do want to turn to you for this question because I've been wrestling with it. When I was working in the Senate, I'd be in very tough battles against some Republicans over a tax bill, and they'd be trying to defeat everything we were trying to do. And then the next week, some of them would be with us on environmental legislation. And so it was very, very easy to forget what happened last week and move on to the next thing and always be grateful for the moments and the days that they were on your side. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with 4 years, 5 years in some cases, including the first presidential campaign, of enabling, aiding, and abetting Donald Trump in all of his poisonous activities. And then today, doing the right thing. What do you say to those 10 Republicans now?
Well, I've been thinking a lot about this question too. And I keep coming back to something that Robert Carroll once wrote, that power doesn't corrupt as much as it reveals. It shows us who we are. And the course of this presidency, I've thought about that in the context of people who debase themselves, are willing to do anything to sit at Donald Trump's table, to share that power, who are willing to forsake everything they claim to have believed in until they got to a certain point. And you saw, someone destroy the independence of the Justice Department like Bill Barr, reach a certain point where even he couldn't go beyond that. And you see my colleagues in Congress who, even after the bloody insurrection, are back on the House floor, still trying to discredit the election, propagate the big lie of Donald Trump. But you see other Republicans like the 10 today who reached the point where they could go no farther. And I think it is a function of human nature. And that is, it's neither black nor white. It's a lot of shades of gray. These situations really test who we are, say a lot about who we are, our capacity for, craven conduct when ambition tempts us. And so I think it's, a mixture of gratitude that they finally decided they'd had enough. But at the same time, anger that it took so long.
Donald Trump has criticized Mike Pence a bit for his followers in the last few days, enough so that they were chanting that they wanted to hang him. You're a lot more. You're very recognizable. Donald Trump has been attacking you for many years. What is your sense of your own safety right now, both in Washington and in your home congressional district?
Well, I think like many of my colleagues, profound concerns over safety. It was interesting, Lawrence, while this mob was, breaking glass and trying to get into the House floor, I had a number of Republicans say to me, "You need to stay out of sight. I know who these people are. I can talk to these people. You're in a completely different situation." And, I felt in one way touched that they were concerned for my safety, but at the same time, I recognized that my safety was imperiled because they joined the president in telling big lies about me for the last 4 years. And so, I think all of us, whether we're well-known or not well-known these days, feel an acute sense of risk to ourselves, to our families. This is not something I ever expected to experience in the United States of America. But then again, I never expected to have National Guard members sleeping in the corridors of the Congress of the United States. The scenes around the Capitol, Lawrence, they remind me when I visit Baghdad, the fortified green zone in Baghdad, when you have large barricades and fences and barbed wire and troops with AK-47s protecting the institutions of government. That is not what I'm used to seeing in America. I'll tell you, I would love to see today, you talk about where this day is placed in history. I would like to believe that this is the day that America got off the road towards autocracy and got back on the path our founders envisioned and that is of a democratic republic.
Let's listen to what the Republican leader of the House said today on the House floor.
The president bears responsibility for Wednesday's attack on Congress by mob rioters. He should have immediately denounced the mob when he saw what was unfolding. These facts require immediate action by President Trump. Accept his share of responsibility, quell the brewing unrest, and ensure President-elect Biden is able to successfully begin his term.
And of course, he called for a possible censure motion against the president in his comments. What was your reaction to that?
Kevin McCarthy is as close as you will find to pure ambition, unadulterated by any sense of principle. That is sadly who he is. And I think anyone who has worked with him, spoken with him, recognizes that is all he amounts to. And so you have to view what he said today through the prism of Kevin McCarthy trying to figure out how to maintain the votes he needs in caucus. Kevin McCarthy figuring out how does he get the money to start flowing again from the lobbyists on Bay Street. That's all that motivates this man. He was the biggest water carrier for this president in the entire Congress. He debased himself time and time again. He showed no independence with this president. So frankly, anything Kevin McCarthy has to say right now ought to be greeted with the most profound skepticism.
Chairman Adam Schiff, thank you very much for starting off our discussion tonight. And I hope that a mask helps keep you safe in more ways than one these days. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Lawrence.